do you want?
Tacos!
When do you need it?
Now!
1, 2, 3, go! Yes! Woo! Guys, Johnny Tacos here with another exciting episode of the Johnny Tacos Rock Talk. And today we have Wolfdozer all the way up from Illinois to annoy us with their metal. No, I'm just joking. You know what? I'm really excited about this because they have a mash between southern rock and thrash metal that just kind of resonate. You're like, it's like oil and vinegar. Maybe it won't mix, but somehow these guys make it mix. And if it didn't, then they force it in there, and it's like a goulash of different sounds in the ear to get you going. I was jamming earlier to the band, just try to get a little excited, a little get to know all these guys here. These are a group of fine, upstanding individuals, and the song that I really, really like was Burn. And I don't know, it just kind of, with the harmonica and everything just kind of melds together, and it just brings this new kind of, I kind of want to say it's like a stepping stone to a new kind of genre, maybe a southern thrash, but I'm really excited about talking to the gang. Before this is the first episode of the season, so I am excited about the new Rock Talk for the Johnny Taco Show. I kind of put in the gears into another gear, but it's still the same metal in your face, still the same kind of atmosphere up here. We're just having a good time talking about music, talking about bands, talking about just the life and times of being a musician in today's world. So just want to give a shout out to all the Street Taco gang. I love you. Y'all wear my shirts proud. I've seen them when y'all hit me up on DMs. Hopefully there was some other weird DM stuff which I don't want to talk about because this is a children's show. But you know what? I am really psyched to holler at the boys. Here is Owen, Lucas, Randy, and Justin Wolfdozer. Children's show. But you know what? I am really psyched to holler at the boys. Here is Owen, Lucas, Randy, and Justin Wolfdozer. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Johnny?
Man, I for some reason, man, your music is catchy. It's like the COVID, man. It was spreading all through the house.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the aim. Is not just we play for ourselves first and foremost. If we dig it and we're caught with it and it really captures us, then we kind of feel that our constituents would agree. And so we just grab some tasty riffs and roll with it.
So before we get into the actual how the name came to fruition, how it came to go. What made y'all think, hey, southern rock with some thrash aspects to it? Because man, those riffs, man, they are like they're like fire. They kind of get on the back of like Don Bag and how he used to riff, and to me, because I live in Texas and I grew up around Pantego where the boys were from, and I got to actually had a chance to sit down with them in my youth. I know how they started. How did y'all start? How did this music just, like a mixture?
With Randy being the riff master. Yeah, I was a very big Pantera fan, still am, and I think just through playing music and listening to Pantera and Slayer and stuff, then kind of getting more into the doom stoner stuff, I just by default just started mashing them together when I would write, and that's kind of what it sounds like.
And can you say that your taste had kind of elevated, upgraded to more than just the building blocks of metal?
Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say that. I just kind of sometimes I'll dabble a little bit more in this side of things or the other side of things. It's yeah, we on top of listening to metal, we some of us enjoy bluegrass and other stuff too. So it all just kind of comes through.
Yeah. When it comes to like, I think Randy and Owen, they started out for a while keeping together with their own thing, drums and guitar, but searching for other people for a long time. And he's sitting there pocketing away all these riffs. And when I joined the band, it was like, oh, this is nice. It's like you got a library of awesome riffs that come from over the last couple decades, really, out of Randy. And then, Owen, strong backbone to that. And it was real easy to start putting things together, from there. So when I hear Randy's riffs, I hear a lot of the old stuff, but the thing I like about Randy and his playing is, yeah, okay, he takes his influences, but he'll throw in these little tidbits that just make it more interesting and make it more unique and not exactly like everything else. That's how I feel about it.
So you're more of a technical guitarist. You're the one that gets right in there and does like you think it's impossible, and you're like, hold my beer.
Sometimes I also have a little bit of a less is more approach too. So it just depends on what serves the song, I think. And or sometimes we've even taken parts away from a song. We're like, that doesn't flow like it should. Maybe we had one song where it was almost like we need to do almost like a suicide part note in 1 and 2 because it's like 2 different songs that we're trying to jam together and it just wasn't working. So sometimes I mean, especially in my younger days, I did love technical stuff. I wanted to keep my fingers busy on the fretboard. That was what I was into. And then the older I got, it was like a good riff's a good riff, So that's kind of what I strive for is that a memorable riff, as opposed to is that riff hard to play?
Yeah, because I feel a little bluesy too, a little bluesy kind of aspect to your guitar as well, like with a little bit of the slow hand at some points that just kind of melds in with the when you get to that solo riff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the drums, let's talk about the drums. Usually the drums are just the background noise, but the drums right here kind of melds in with the music and brings that in your face kind of feel. Are you heavy handed on the drums?
I'd say I've been called a ground pounder. I've been called a ground pounder. I'm pretty heavy-handed, but my style of drumming is a whole bunch of different genres all melted together. I like blues. I like some jazz. I like heavy metal. I like death metal. But I don't know. This band's we kind of do our own style. So I've kind of developed my own genre, I guess you could say.
And
I'm
with
trying not
go ahead.
to do what other people are doing. I'm trying to do what I'm doing.
And who are some of your influences?
Now, my influences go way back. See, like John Bonham from Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Igor Cavalera from Sepultura. Dave Lombardo from fucking Slayer. And then there's a lot of other bands too, like Buddy Guy. I mean, we could go back. There's even like the drummer, I don't remember his name, but the drummer from Jimi Hendrix.
Ginger Baker?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember his name.
Ginger Baker would have been.
But there's a lot of different genres
Mitch
growing up that I've listened to.
So you say the band just picks a little bit out of all what you've learned and just add your own twang to it. Each one of y'all brings in your own special recipe to kind of make this go. Who
Yep.
plays the harmonica?
Just,
That's me.
And how
I'm
long?
vocals and harmonica.
So how long have you been playing harmonica? You look like you're 21.
Yeah. I'm 45. I've been playing. My first memory of playing was when I was a little kid. I think I was about 3, but that wasn't like, anything. It was just me blowing into it like it was a toy. But I remember really picking it up and saying, hey, I could do this around 12.
And you know what? I tried to play it. My mom got me a harmonica, the one with the little train on there, and yeah, no,
Yeah,
my harmonica, um, start and finish was like within the same hour. I was like, I can't play this crap. So, but yeah, the harmonica kind of gives it a different feel when you're jamming to it. So, having that harmonica kind of sets you out away from everybody else in the kind of music industry. So you don't really see a harmonica playing in a thrash band. So how did y'all think? Hey, let's put a harmonica in it.
well, we pulled the number out of a hat. No, I'm joking.
Lucas showed up and said he could play harmonica, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed up with a cigar box guitar, and that didn't really work out. It's kind of like, you get a bunch of guys sitting around trying stuff, and, we try things, and we're looking down at the ground like, okay, that didn't really work out. But then I was like, well, let's try the harmonica. And I asked them, like, what key are you in? So I selected my key and tried a few different ones, and we found one that just kicked, it was just, and then so he started jamming, and we were just making stuff up, just to see how it works. And it worked like peanut butter and jelly. And I was like, oh man, all right, this is it. We got to do that. And it took a lot of trial and error, and it was a lot of magic, if you want to use that word, where we'd scrapped songs before that had harmonica in them, and like, there's missing something, we have to rewrite it. And I wanted to rewrite some of the lyrics and how the lyrics flowed, set in, like I thought it was a little cheesy or something. And then Randy and I would, like, with Burn, I was like, let's revisit Burn, because we scrapped it at first. And then I was like, how about we do like a call and response thing where you do like a and then I'll play something, and then you go back to the like do something. And so we were doing that, but we didn't really mean to put it to Burn yet. And we went back and forth a couple times like that. And then he started the intro to Burn, and it just went right into it. And it's like, oh man, that's it. That's where our beginning is going to be for that. And then, like, for Down Home, the other song that features a harmonica, it was, Down Home, it makes you feel like, down south, like a southern metal, southern rock type of song. And they're like, well, we got to put harmonica in a song like Down Home, and so immediately it worked, and we carved out a spot. Okay, harmonica is going to go here, and harmonica is going to go there, and then at the end, and it really worked out easily with that.
Just to let you know, your camera is going down, so we're seeing just your waist down.
Oh, I didn't even. Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Well,
yeah, lift it up, and then you're gonna have to tighten that wing nut right there. Yeah.
I guess that was for the ladies, right?
Yeah, sorry, ladies. We're just here for the interview.
But
Yeah.
but the way the music is, and your voice is so powerful, it kind of gets me the kind of like the 90s kind of metal kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, that's my influence for sure.
Who are some of your favorite vocalists?
Oh, you're gonna laugh at me. So
Dolly Parton?
I've been singing since I was a little kid, and that's kind of what I've always wanted to be, but never knew how to get there. And it's like, one of those things. But growing up, you know, I really love singing Roy Orbison. I really love singing Aaron Neville. I really love singing along with when I was real little Christmas songs and choral music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, once I kind of got older and you know, preteen and teenager, and kind of was getting into my own, I started playing guitar too and harmonica, and I started listening to a lot of Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains. But then I also, on the other spectrum, I loved Cypress Hill. And but at the same time, I still loved like John Hyatt, singer-songwriters like that. I still loved Roy Orbison. I used to listen to the Beach Boys a lot when I was little. All these you know, I sang along with them, and you know, it taught me different ranges, and it taught me how to do different things with my voice, and not just be a one-trick pony. And you know, of course, I love like Nirvana and all that. Then when I got to be more of a teenager, it was like 95. I was introduced to acid bath, and I really was thrown back by Dax Riggs and his vocal style, and I've been a huge fan ever since. And you know, I adopted Dax's you know, almost gospel and like open tones and like very, very soulful adaptations to what I already knew how to do from like Scott Weiland and even like 4 Non Blondes. I listened to a lot of them, so I would learn how to do, you know, very powerful vocals like that. And I loved chorus in school. I was always in all the chorus line, you know, in the, you know, solo ensembles and all that stuff. So I learned the technical side to it too. And yeah, so you know, I've been singing my whole life, writing songs my entire life, whether I had a band or not. I didn't care. I just had the music in my head, and I was always writing songs and writing lyrics, and that really helped because so has Randy. Randy's been writing riffs his whole life. He's like the guitar version of what I am. And when we got together, it was like I said, I'm going to use the word again, it was like magic. He would come up with a riff or have a riff out of his pocket, you know, that he maybe wrote 10, 15 years ago and has been jamming maybe with Owen and stuff. And that riff somehow immediately matched up with a lot of the music that I've been writing throughout those years too. You know, another big influence of mine was Leonard Skinner. I was in a Leonard Skinner cover band in high school, and I loved it. You know, Leonard Skinner, Confederate Railroad, you know, all them. And so when Randy would say, "Hey, I got this riff," you know, we've been playing for a while, I'd look at him and say, "How? Get out of my head," because I have that song, but I have it in the lyric form, in the melody form, and it was really easy for us to start writing songs. The longest part of our songwriting process is actually finishing them and just like polishing them up and like, okay, how long is this going to be then? And like, you know, structuring them and then boom, done. Which that's my favorite part of this whole thing is songwriting and just constantly coming out with bangers. I mean, the bangers to us, everybody else is objective. You know, you hate it, love it, whatever, but you know, I'll hear him hit a riff, and I'm like, please tell me that's yours. Oh man, I love that. And I'm like, I could write some stuff to that, or I have some stuff, or I could chop some things apart. And you know, I've got tons of lyrics and melodies in my head, and tons of stuff written down. So songwriting is my favorite part of it all. And but yeah, no, I know you asked about influences. Those are my influences. You know, they're all over the place. But when I was young, a big one was Roy Orbison, and then when I started getting a little older was I forget her name, but the lead singer of 4 Non Blondes was very powerful, very great stuff, and then Scott Weiland. So those three, and then when I got a little older, Dax Riggs took over. I'd never heard anything so soulful and yet so heavy. And one of his lines in his music, which makes a lot of sense, is, you know, I have this rage, but it's not hatred. You know, his rage is his passion. And I get that. It's not about hatred, a rage of hatred. It's a rage of passion. And I try to really use that on everything we do.
And
write that down.
Yeah, no, it's a good song.
There you
Don't
go.
steal it. Damn it.
Hey, you got to put me in there. I was on the Johnny Taco show when this song came to me. So
yeah,
but yeah, if you look on my playlist, it's sporadic. I'll have Christopher Cross on there, and then I'll have right after Christopher Cross, Cannibal Corpse will pop up, and then Murder Dolls and Slipknot, and then it goes all the way back to MC Hammer. Well,
I love MC Hammer. Who didn't?
Yeah,
Bobby Brown.
It was just a crazy mixture that I had because a friend once told me, said, you can't be a lover of music if you can't appreciate each song out there.
Each and every genre, at least. There is some crappy music because it's not done well, but in every genre there's great music, even if you hate the genre.
Yeah.
Like not everybody listens to gospel, but man, there are some powerful songs out there. You might not believe, you might not be into the Christianity part of it or that, but I love hearing gospel music. The power in that and the soulfulness is awesome.
Yeah, and if you put your heart and your soul into music, it comes out, it comes out so much better than just making a carbon copy of a different of a different song. They're just like, okay, well, I'll just add a couple of different lyrics and just be on it. But if you just like y'all, you had music stored away in your vault for years, and then all of a sudden you found the right vocals or the right riff, and there it goes. So with all this, how did Wolfdozer name came? How did it come to you?
Again, we pulled it out of a hat.
You know how hard it is to come up with a band name that somebody else
and all four of us love, or at least agree on.
Yeah, so that was difficult, but the idea of the name came from Owen. He had me and Owen, even in our last couple bands, me and him would always just message on the side outside of the band, and he's like a welder fabricator kind of a dude, and he sends me this picture of somebody made a wolf's head on some dozer tracks out of sheet metal and everything, and he's like, "What is this thing? A freaking Wolfdozer?" And I was like, "That." Put that in the bank for a band name. That's cool. Different. You can do a lot with the imagery.
It was like a tractor that they fabricated a wolf's nose and head on.
Yeah, like its whole snout, ears, eyes. So that's just, we kind of put it in we all finally agreed on a band name, because that was always the hardest thing is, everybody agreeing on it. Is it one we'll all still like? Are we going to be proud to say we're in such and such band?
Right. It was like a year-long process.
It was a long process. That was probably
we had some really stupid names before that.
We had some good ones too, but then it was like, is that, you hear how our band sounds, so then it's like somebody, like I think Justin came with Stacking Traders, which that's pretty cool. But I was like, man, when I hear that, I think we're not as extreme metal as that band name sounds. So then does it fit what we sound like? That was the other thing.
Yeah, it sounds like we're just out there slaughtering traders. Like it's way more. We do way more different things than that.
We come up with some ones that were freaking hilarious.
Dirt Nap in Waco was funny.
Dirt Nap in Waco.
That one we carried that one around for a while. Yeah, we came up. That was like bands and bands ago.
Somebody else come up with it. We were kicking it around, but we never come to.
Yeah, so there was hundreds and hundreds of like
chicken skin duffel bag.
Oh yeah, chicken skin. There was hundreds of band names we were kicking around. We got a Facebook Messenger with just the four of us on it, and finally it was like, well, we got to come up with something soon because we're getting to the point where we want to play out in public. We actually were together for a year writing and perfecting what we're doing before we ever played a show. And we're like, all right, well, we got to have a name. So we all picked, we said, all right,
top five.
Put down your top five and
you remember
see what happens.
Top five were? Because I don't.
Well, everybody's was different.
Yeah.
So he had
yeah.
his top 5, my top 5, his top 5, his top 5.
What ones did everybody? What title wound up everybody's top 5?
And Wolfdozer was the only one that wound up on everybody's top 5. Some people it was like number 2 or number 1 or number 3 or number 4 or 5, but it was the only one that was literally on everybody's list of like I would go with that name. So we're like, I guess Wolfdozer it is, and there you go.
It, because it kind of sticks out, and you're like, what in the world is a Wolfdozer? And then now you told us. So if you see a tractor with a wolf, that was their inspiration.
Yeah.
Yep.
And go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of performing, have y'all performed outside of Illinois?
Yep, we had a couple.
Just over the border in Indiana.
Yeah. Very close. Only within 45 minutes east of us in Indiana. We played at Shenanigans. That was our first Indiana show outside of Illinois. We played up in Chicago, which is actually farther than going to Indiana from where we're at. Because we're south of Chicago. Two of us are with Moni, Kankakee, Beecher. I'm in Crete, Illinois. And either way, Chicago's close enough. But we played at
Philly's Musical Inn.
Phyllis's Musical Inn, I think was the name of it. And that was actually, the sound was pretty good there. They know what they're doing. They do music every, 7 nights a week in there. So yeah, we're looking to do more shows in Chicago, do more shows in Indiana. We're not against going to Wisconsin, Michigan. It's just, the show has to be right because we're all family men and we're all, we got other obligations. We got daytime jobs. So we're only going to travel for certain shows if it's worth it to us. Like if you know what, I wanted to play with that band. Yeah, let's do that show. Or, none of it, it's not like any of it pays great. It's not about, like, oh, they're going to pay us so much money, we got to go. It's really not about that. It's about, hey, do we want to travel to play at this time and this place and this season? Because if it's winter, it's like, oh man, I don't want to go that far in the winter. I don't know. We do what we can, and we decide as a group what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. And we've had to turn down some good shows, and we've had to turn down shows. We had other plans, or it's someone's kid's birthday, But it's like family comes first, jobs come second, band comes third, and we try to like bend those rules a little bit here and there, and we do the best we can because we all love it. And we're all here for each other. Like when I'm writing and I'm playing, I'm singing for these guys. These guys are playing their instruments for me. Like we're getting it together because if we like it, then we're pretty sure other people that are our friends and our peers are gonna like it too.
And with that, since you started, have you seen an increase in fandom throughout your social medias?
Oh man, it just blows up.
We just hit 800 followers on Facebook, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
for a band out of the cornfields, I think that's a pretty good job.
Yeah, we've been moving. We do nothing but move forward, and it's been not because we're promoting it a whole ton. Like we promote it and stuff, but we don't pay for extra advertising. We don't. We probably could do a lot more. We could probably hit boots to the ground, start putting, print out posters and start putting flyers everywhere. If I were in my 20s, that's what I'd be doing. Yeah, but we're all older, and we all got families, and we all got time. And it's like, hey, if it happens, it happens. If people love us organically, that's what's going to happen. We're not out there trying to shove it in people's faces, but at the same time, when we get on stage, we command presence. People stop and they're like, oh shit, oh sorry, don't want to demonetize it there. But when we say, people stop and say, oh man, these guys are something different, and we command the presence on the stage. So then we gain more fans, and like you and a lot of other guys, they're like, man, we really like them. Let's pass their name on, and let's try to get them on this radio station or this podcast, or let's get them on this stage, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate all the awesome feedback that we've had from our fans outside of our friends and family. They're supposed to love us. It's like, oh, it's like only a mother can love, right? But no, outside of our personal family and friends and stuff, we've garnered the attention and the love from a lot of metal fans out there that hear us, and we love every single one of them, and we love that they keep coming out to our shows and keep responding to our Facebook posts and our social media, everything. And shout out to you guys, because if we got none of that back, we keep going. Like, we're not doing too well. But thing is, we write for ourselves and we write for them. The music, we're not beholden to a corporation. We're not beholden to a pop company. We're not doing the label thing. We are our own label, I guess. We are our own entity. We pay for everything we do, which is a lot of local metal. A lot of metal out there. You gotta get out there, and you gotta put in the sweat equity, and you gotta put in the money yourself and earn it, and work it. So that's whatever state we can get in, if it's worth it, we'll go.
We're all going by the seat of our pants, and we've gotten pretty lucky. Like, our next 2 shows are pretty big shows for us. And it's just
what's our next one?
Like our next one,
March 7th.
March 7th at Top Fuel. We're opening for Convoy and Beyond the Wrath with Ronnie Monroe
from Metal Church.
And then
shout out for Top Fuel too.
That's what awesome venue. And
we love you, Freak.
Then April 2nd, we're opening up for Texas Hippie Coalition and Black Sunrise over in Indiana. That's going to be a killer show.
Oh, Hobart Art Theater. Yeah, the Hobart Art Theater. That's going to be our biggest show to date when it comes to venue size, and also the notoriety of Texas Hippie Coalition. Shout out to them guys for putting us on the bill. We think we're a great fit for you guys. And it's going to be a great show. It's going to be out there.
Now you kind of make me want to go visit Illinois.
Come on up anytime.
Yeah, they won't let you in the state, though, if you keep putting the S on the end of it, though. That's a rule. It's not me. It's not me. It's Border Patrol. It's Border Patrol.
Illinois.
There you go.
There you go. Hey, I learned
we're
today. Yes.
Founded by the French, I think. Yeah.
But hey, guys, you just pulled out some cool shows that are coming up, man. I wish I can be up there and jam with y'all. You gotta take some videos, dude, and send them to me, man, so I can post them on mine too. I'm really big fan.
To do more videos.
Really a big fan, man. I enjoy what you're doing. I can't wait to hear more coming out. I know y'all got some more. I see it in your brains. Y'all have some more stuff coming out.
We're got 4 we're trying to put the done stamp on at the moment, and then another 4. We almost got another album to finish up. I mean, we just released this one back in October, and we already got another 8 songs that we got on this board here behind us. They're either needing finished or they're work in progress. It's just
polishing,
or I like to call it the done stamp, where it's everybody's happy with their parts, and that's the way it's going to sound, and we're going to record it. That's where we're going to record it, and that's the way we'll play it out. It's a good problem to have, I guess. But
every 8 songs that we have that are in progress, like almost there, we have another 8 that are started, and we're starting that process of finishing. And we just got tons of music coming, so. Yeah, look out for that.
All right, man. Hey, well, thank you guys for being on the show. We are out of time. Man, I can't wait to hear the new music coming up. If y'all need to and y'all want to rock out to all their music that they have so far out, you can go to the Tube of You and look up Wolfdozer. And they are all the way through there. And you can check out songs like Down Home, Deviant, Burn. Bunch of, I think, is that y'all have 3 or do y'all have
there's 8
songs?
8 of them up there.
Yeah, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Pandora,
Apple Music.
Wolfdozer Volume 1. That's our album out right now as of October. We just ordered CDs, physical copies. Hopefully we'll be launching a website soon where we're going to have all that stuff for sale as well. For those who can't make it to our shows. And we'll have physical copies of CDs and T-shirts and stickers and patches and probably hats soon enough. All the fun merch.
Well, let me know when you get some stickers, because I do a little thing with all the bands that I've talked to over the years. I have a little collage kind of thing. It's just when I start getting my Alzheimer's, I can look back and start remembering.
Well, email us the address and we'll send you a sticker. We have stickers, so we'll send you a pack.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Thank y'all for being on the show. And hey, guys, just want to let you know, if you're a family man, you're single, you have so many kids, you're just here. Metal is a binder to everybody. So if you have children, man, introduce them to metal, because metal changed my life. When I was a kid growing up, I needed an outlook to kind of reflect what I was feeling, and pop music, country music, and all that just didn't ring those bells. But then once, when I started hearing Metallica's Black Album, that's when I started saying, that's how I felt. That's how I feel right now. And that was the media that kind of pushed me out of my shell. So go out there and support these local metal musicians, because their music might not resonate with you, but they'll resonate with somebody else. Just give them a chance, jam out to their music, get to know them. Go to a metal show, man. I've met so many great people at a metal show, so many wholesome people, a lot more wholesome than me going out to my work or to a church or to something else. And I've always met some really good friends that were in the metal industry. And like these guys here, they're family men, and they put their families first. And then, they rock your faces off after that. So, and that right there, I am so honored to have y'all on the show. So yeah, that is the Johnny Tacos show. I hope y'all had a great time. I know I did. Stay tuned for Chris Johnson and Filthy Rich and myself for another trivia time of Who is the Rock God here on the Johnny Taco Show. And let's stop that.